News Talk 1340, KROC AM. It's a Broad Talk Day. It's 10:11. I'm Tracy McCrae, along with Karen Kennedy and Ann Burton. Woo! Joy. I think Joy might be in the building, but I don't know.
We're not sure.
You know what? You take your time, Joy. She's actually driving herself
No way!
Yes.
today. Her and
Diesel.
No way.
Diesel. Yes.
Okay,
So
you guys talk amongst yourselves. I got to go see if she's out there.
You take your
That was
time.
the message I got from her last night, was it that her and Diesel would be coming in on their own.
So if you have to take till 11 to get here, you just be safe, my friend. I'm so
her
proud
trip
of
out
her.
east must have given her more courage.
It did.
I cannot believe it.
I
Yes.
know.
How
I
did you guys
fell
keep that
over.
a secret?
I don't know.
You actually didn't realize you were keeping it a secret, did you?
Kind of.
No,
Yeah.
we did. We wanted to surprise
You did not. You're
Stop
terrible.
lying, Karen.
You're just like me. You're a terrible secret keeper, and you would have become walking in like, guess what?
Well, I thought I misunderstood her. I'm like, well, maybe I misunderstood her message.
Oh,
so
this
I didn't
is
say
going to
anything.
be the most closely listened to program ever because everybody's going to be listening for when she arrives.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting. She's like Oprah,
Very good. Yes.
just like she's always wanted.
Yes. She's like Oprah. Waiting for Oprah to be in
Oprah's
the
in the building. Joy's in the building.
I think that's awesome, and
That's-
I'm really proud of her.
Wonderful. All right, give us your update. What do you have, Karen? What's your update?
Well, we did I've already lived a full life today. It's
Wow.
only 10.
Do tell.
But we went by to see a suite there at the Ramada, and just looked to see if the suite is big enough for what we wanted for election night.
Oh, election night party.
Yes, it will be a pate. And then
Wait, did you just say potty?
no, that was my accent.
Oh,
That
okay.
was like my Boston accent, I think. I'm not sure which one that was.
Keep going.
But yeah, anyway, I met the delightful management type JJ, and we're like friends now. And let me just say, I love young people that have aspirations and goals and the hard work and the ingenuity behind it. He says, I will be the CEO of this hotel someday. And
Good for him.
And I just was impressed with his go-to-edness, which
Go get it.
Go
get it.
That too.
Go to itness. I like that.
Go edit. Because, he was amazing. And so I just wanted to wish him luck on his journey up the corporate ladder.
And you'll be able to say, I knew him when
Yes.
he helped me with our
JJ,
sweet selection.
we were like this close.
Yes. Yes.
Burton, give me your update.
Oh, goodness. Okay, do you guys fear going to hardware stores?
No, I love it.
No.
I do not like going, especially if I'm the errand girl for a project. Because I
What's
don't know where
wrong?
anything is.
Okay.
And I don't know what I'm doing. This is so out of my realm. So Phil sent me on errands on Saturday to go get stuff for him.
Did he send you to the big box store or to Aero Ace?
to Home Depot?
Yeah. Don't go there.
No.
Go
Well-
to Aero Ace because you can walk in and there's somebody who will take you to everything that you need.
Well, they do. But
Yeah.
I still don't like it.
Yeah.
And I got the stuff wrong. And then I had to go back. And I was so irritated. I'm like, this is why you just need to go.
Yeah.
You need to give me better directions. It's up on this shelf. If I send him for groceries, I say it's down this aisle, 3 shelves up, kind of by this.
I don't send him for groceries.
Yeah, I don't usually either.
Because
But
it's
that
like
same
I
panic. I'm
sent
like,
a stoned teenager. He comes back with so many snacks.
Oh, see, Phil doesn't come with stacks. He just comes, do you know how much this stuff costs?
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I've been doing this a long time.
No, I will just, if I say, hey, can you stop and forget it. No, if it's
Yeah.
one thing, then I'll say, will you stop and get it? But if I don't, I'm telling you, it is like a college kid went grocery shopping for me.
That's so
and
funny.
heaven forbid if he has one of the kids with him
Oh,
when they go,
yeah.
because then it's like a frat house went, let's go get ready for the party. And the house is just full of the craziest stuff.
And does he come home without what you asked for?
Oh, God, it's just gross.
All the stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
One time though, I was there and I'm like, I couldn't find anyone, and I was in a
Where,
rush
at, like, Home Depot or
at one of and I
okay.
love those places, but I stood in the middle of the aisle, going, I need.
You need need nails.
Someone would tell me where the nails are.
Well, usually
it was
they're on the
funny. I felt like
sign.
Stella. I felt like Paul Newman or whoever that guy was. Stella.
Well, I'm fine with walking in and saying, where is this? And usually I'm with Phil and he's in another part of the store and the nice workers will come up. Can I help you find something? I'm like, yeah, my husband.
Gosh,
He's disappeared in the store.
that is so funny.
Have you got? I've announced for Jeff over the speaker.
I haven't gotten that desperate yet.
What do you have him say?
Jeff Kennedy.
Oh, I thought you just like, Jeff Kennedy, we have found your wife. She's at the front of the store.
He's like, dang it.
Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do?
That's funny. I just like to imagine you standing in the middle and just lifting your head up and shouting at the ceiling, I need nails!
And did that help? Did
You know
someone
what?
come running,
Actually, a
or-
customer did.
That's funny. You know, what happens to me, what's even weirder, is that I have a little bit, I don't go there that often because I usually like to just go to Arrow because
Yeah.
the Ace stores are smaller and
Right.
I kind of like to browse those aisles.
Right.
But if I have to go to the big store, I will just kind of go and then I get to a point and I go, okay, now I can't. Then somebody will say, can I help you? And I'll go, yeah, I'm looking for fill in the blank. And they go, oh, it's right here. Standing right next to it, basically. So then I really feel dumb because in this whole store, I'm looking for nails and oh, here I am standing right next to, thanks for all your help.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
It's true. Oh my gosh. Hey, by the way, did you guys see Renee Zellweger?
Oh gosh. Rich Peterson was giving me the lowdown.
Where?
Holy Anna.
Where would I have seen her?
Oh,
On the internet.
on the internet.
On TV.
Well, on
Okay.
TV, she's. I would walk right by her and not ask her for her autograph. She looks so different.
Why?
She has got her eyes, her cheeks done, and
Oh.
She doesn't say she did. That's the funny
Well,
part.
actually, she owned it.
Did she?
Yeah.
'Cause the piece that I read today, I didn't know anything about it. This is how it went down. Rich goes,
Rich
did you hear
Peterson?
about Renee Zellweger yesterday? And I said, is she okay? And he said, oh yeah, she was all over the internet yesterday so he goes and finds this article for me out of our show prep services, And so I'm reading it. It doesn't say anything at all about plastic surgery.
Yeah.
But she did say that she had it done?
Well, my interpretation is she owned it, and she says, I'm
Well,
really
okay.
surprised that they're talking so much about this because, I love how I look now, and I'm in a happy place. I'm a full life, and this kind of goes along with my big life change.
What's her big
life
change?
she's happy.
Okay.
And so, just for the official Broad Talk stance, we're happy for her. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Okay, just wanted to
No,
be sure.
you know what I like is that she owned it.
Well,
Don't
didn't
like
she
act.
come out and say I had
She's
plastic
being
surgery.
coy. You have to
she's like, yeah, she's being ambiguous.
Yes.
Hey, she didn't go. Oh, whoa! What are you talking about? She kind of owned it.
Well, I
Kinda.
just
goes
think
She was
along.
still ambiguous.
the pictures that I saw, she looked like a normal person. And usually when people have plastic surgery, they look a little freaky.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like what I think she used to look like, but she looks okay, which I think is the mark of a successful plastic
Yeah.
surgery.
Yep.
I'm
And
gonna
her
have to look
eyes were
now.
almost permanently closed, so she did need a little bit of surgery there. My mom's actually, the older you get, sometimes you get those heavy. She's got heavy eyelids.
Hooded
She's going to
eyelids.
be going in for it soon because they kind of cover her some of her vision.
Yeah, that's not
which
good.
I may need one day. If it's
I was just feeling to see if mine.
Yes.
Yeah, are mine
Getting
hanging
there.
down?
They kind of
Yeah.
are.
Let me check and see. Good Lord. We are unusual people.
Yeah.
It's 10, I'm just saying, all of us together.
Yeah. Could be.
1019 at KROC. I did not get I'm kind of feeling put out. I did not get my weekly text from Pat at
Man.
Carol's Corn and Carol's
Oh my
Cup.
gosh.
He must be
went to-
busy inventing a new flavor.
Well, and he's filling up the Century John Marshall game. Had Carol's Corn
Well, yeah,
sold
Century-
at the.
Century usually does, Karen.
Oh, I never knew that.
That's
Really?
my-
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. Look who's here.
Yay.
Oh, that's good.
Joy's
Well,
here.
as Joy gets herself settled, I will
Yes.
tell you that Carol's Corn and Carol's Cup is in the subway of the Kaler Grand Hotel. And here's what I do know. They had said that they had a green apple flavor of popcorn, but they weren't making it anymore because they ran out of their flavors, and they're not going to try to halfway do it. I almost said a swear. So they're not going to halfway do it. They're going to change it. They're just going to stop doing it. So they went back to like their cheddar bacon popcorn. Was their fall flavor. So
There
stop
you go.
in. Maybe give it a try. Maybe.
Yeah.
Delicious. Carol's Corn and Carol's Cup is in the subway at the Kaler Grand Hotel. Stop in and see them today. News Talk 1340 KROC AM. Joy is in the house.
I'm in the house. Whoa.
I cannot believe you drove yourself into town.
I'm still catching my breath. Listen.
It's Diet Coke, people.
Happiness in a can.
Little Diet
And you
Coke
deserve
treat.
it. Wow.
That's amazing. So, did you have to parallel park? No, you found a spot.
I was, if I had to parallel park, I was like, I'm just driving straight in. And I'm just going to stop my car right there because...
You did it.
How did you, were you white knuckling the whole way in? Did you feel?
I was trying to keep my hands at 10 and 2.
Yes.
10 and 2.
Yes.
And then it was raining.
Yeah.
So the road looks like it possibly could be slippery.
Oh.
I still
So,
can't
like,
believe you did it.
My heart is still just going 80,000 miles an hour because it was damn scary.
So I thought your update was going to be that you went on a big road trip last week.
You just
But
trumped that.
You just upstaged your own update.
Yeah, I did go on a freaking long road trip.
So you went
Holy
out to
Hannah.
Buffalo to see your baby girl and her new home.
And she's so damn happy there. What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
Gal, her little family just are so happy and
I'm secretly excited, Ange, but I'm so sorry.
oh
Yeah.
man.
Bummer
Yeah,
joy,
it was amazing to be there and I don't want to start crying. Be with Angie and
Kiss those kitties.
my little Gracie Lulu.
Yeah.
So
That's
it was,
great.
It was really fun trip.
But
and,
we found out that Diesel's not a big fan of road trips. Is this what we know?
he gets car sick.
Oh.
Of course, my dog gets car sick. My dog that I must have with me at all times gets car sick.
Maybe if you do more road trips, he'll get better.
This is so creepy. How does he know? He just lifted. He was like sleeping, and he lifted his head up
He's
and looked at me
gagging.
just now.
And I'm like, I am
I'm
again
sorry.
traveling with my children. I have to pull over and let them vomit.
Why not Dramamine for dogs?
I don't know. I didn't know because it was the
Yeah.
first time we were on a big trip, and then none of the grandchildren vomited. Just my dog vomited.
But you know, we've been talking a lot about your road trip and about Ange leaving, actually, and leaving you here alone.
Yeah.
And it's just funny that was a trial for you, and that was something really hard and difficult, but you would not have been able to move forward the way you have because Angie was always there for you. and-
I was going to say we have to clarify a little
Yeah.
bit because Joy is often talking about her large families here. So you are not left alone by Ange. But let's just say that after your accident, Angela became indispensable to you.
I hope everybody has at least one daughter. I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
My sons are great, a few of them, but they're not my daughter. You know, daughters take care of their mothers. And, my sons try to do the best that they can, but, Ange just took me to all my appointments, got me all my groceries.
She
I have
was your driver?
OD'd on my drugs several times without Ange. I've missed so many doctor's appointments, without her because of my short-term memory loss. I can't remember. I won't remember that I drove here tomorrow, but no, I'm just kidding. I'll remember this.
Now, I
for
have
a
to
long
say,
time.
though, it had not occurred to me, but a couple of weeks ago, after we were out for lunch and then I had left, and Brianna said, it's a good thing that Angela left because
Right.
you were becoming too dependent on
I
her.
was.
I hadn't even considered that. Look, since she has left, you have started driving
I
again.
know.
You made big strides.
Big
Yeah,
strides.
I have.
So
I have.
I think Brianna was right.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
miss her terribly, and I know you every day. You wish she was still here.
Yeah,
but
I do.
That was good.
Yeah, I had to become more. I had to be able to take more care of myself,
Right.
Because Ange wasn't here,
Right.
Yep.
and Cliff is not here. So, but Diesel is here, and he didn't get car sick this morning,
Yep.
so he does gonna be good on little trips.
That's awesome.
Because if he was gonna puke, I was gonna have to trade him in every time in the car.
Maybe
Yeah.
you just talk
That'd
to
be
your
nasty.
vet. I bet there's something that you can
Oh
give him.
my
think.
good griefuses. But my update was going to be when I was here the other week, but I didn't come. Diesel and I went into a car wash.
Okay.
And
That was a big deal?
The back door shut. You're trapped, and the things start coming at us And Diesel's in the back of the car. I'm going, ah! And he jumps over the seats, and he's in the front seat on my lap, and we're both kind of like, ah! That was scary.
You forgot that car washes are scary?
I didn't. Well, I don't remember them being scary, but you're trapped in there, and those big things come a flip-flopping at you, and holy Hannah, it's like,
oh my gosh. I'm glad you weren't in the one, there's this haunted car wash where people are innocently going through the car wash, and then these guys in masks come pound on your window.
Yeah, no.
No. No way.
Thank
Is that in town?
I saw it on my phone, on the internet.
it's
It's
not.
like the
So it must be true.
haunted car wash. No, it's a real car wash, and people are surprised.
I want to
and
know where
scared.
the hell that is. So
I won't.
stay
You
far
will not
away.
go there.
It's not in
Okay.
this town.
But again,
Okay,
the
I'm
end of
glad.
this great trial, great growth comes from our trials.
It does.
There you go.
Put it in your book. Open it up. Write it down.
Oh, that reminds me.
Yes.
Come up with one.
No, remember last week when she said she shines at the wrong moments?
Right.
Why did she say that? We can't remember.
I don't know. Go back and listen to the tape.
Well, it wasn't on air.
Okay.
was it?
Oh,
No.
geez. See, best moments
That
out
was
there.
brilliant of me. I don't know what I said.
But we're trying
Yeah.
to tie it to what we were
Yeah.
talking about.
My
We
quote
don't
book
know.
is really, I have such great friends who have such wisdom, and it's
Yet we're not in there.
expanding in my.
So we're not great friends, nor are we wise.
Someday. It's 10:29 at KROC. We get to take a break. For news, Andy Brownell has the latest news, local and national, coming up. KROC AM. News Talk 1340 KROC AM.
We enjoyed this last week.
We were delivering Meals on Wheels, and I was driving and controlling the music. So I was listening to some of this. And Karen is in the back seat, and she's like, what is this? And instead of listening to me say to her, it's LCD sound system, she whips out her app for
Shazam.
and all of a sudden, she puts it in, and the app listens to the music and then says, oh, this is LCD sound system. And she goes, this is LCD sound system. I said, yeah, that's what I just told you. But then I got a little jealous because I didn't know that the Shazam app will give you the words, and all of a sudden you started singing along, and you'd never heard this song before.
It's a talent.
It was so fun.
You know what? My Shazam app. I mean that phrase was coined by Gomer Pyle. I wonder if he should get some credit for it.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Shazam.
Shazam.
remember
You might
that.
be too young, but
I am.
the Simpson guy. Someone's suing the Simpson guy for a replica of him from one of the, Godfather movies. One of the Godfather characters. He's like, that you took that from me, and so he's asking for $250 million. Gomer Pyle, I think he's passed on, but
He did.
he could be getting some money for that. Shazam!
Is that his famous last words?
Yeah.
Very nice. Can I say before we start our
Yes.
famous last words that what I wanted to mention
Yes.
was something that I posted on the Broad Talk page on Facebook?
Oh, yes.
Because at this time of year, yesterday was the 25-year anniversary of the disappearance of Jacob Wetterling. And I've never met Patty Wetterling. We've had opportunities to interview her, and it just has never worked out time-wise. And I don't know that I could interview her anyway, because if you're not familiar, Jacob disappeared. He and his friend and his brother were out in central Minnesota by St. Joseph, and just somebody pulled up and told the other two boys to lay face down in the ditch, and when they put their heads up, he was gone. And I keep thinking, that was 25 years ago. So I, at the time, was, whatever the math is, and I thought, I didn't have kids. I was not a teenager anymore, but I just was starting to be able to understand the ramifications of how evil it is to steal a child instead of being a child that doesn't really understand how that could even happen. I was going, that is just evil, and I can not imagine that family. And now, as a mom, I can't even imagine it. And when you read interviews or you hear interviews, they just said every single day for 25 years. They just think, how can you not? Because you just feel like if he is out there, how can I be doing anything other than trying to find him with my time?
Right.
And his brothers and sisters grew up and got married, and everybody has stories about somebody went to school with one of those kids, and one of his classmates now works for their foundation, the Jacob Wetterling Foundation. But I posted on the Broad Talk Girls page Jacob's mock-up of what he may look like right now, because if they haven't found his body yet, he really, really could still be alive. Mm-hmm. And if he was taken at the age of 11, he could very easily have been told a story. So if that person looks familiar to you, just take a look at it. And, I know 10 years ago they put a picture out, and that picture looked like just an older Jacob. This picture looks like kind of like it's their dad, some family relatives in there. But yeah, it's just aged. They did some computer aging of a photo. So look at that picture. And I had the lights on last night. They always, they asked you to do that on the anniversary of when he's gone missing. But yeah. It was sad.
And it's sad. Personal. It's like, I don't know, all of us, I feel like I wasn't even here. I feel like he's one of us. Like the Midwest has just embraced their family, and it's personal for the police officers too. I was reading that that the parents were obviously were having a struggle within themselves. This is a hard thing to live with, like you said, and they were kind of having difficulties in their marriage, and that was the police officer and the detective who said, listen, you guys need to work this out and stick together. I'm feeling some tension and help their marriage. I'm like, this is family to the police officers. They are, obviously they're working so hard to try to find answers, but I like how, I hope that they feel the embrace from all of us.
I should hope so. And I just, anytime they like a body has been found, I always just think, oh, please let it be him. And just so they could know. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. Okay, but the topic for today, as you said, was famous last words, which I want to know where that came from. Is that where this sounds like something that Karen dug up?
Well,
yes.
No.
Yes.
It was
own
it. I did. I had, I'm interested in like my friends who have told me that experiences from their family where their mother, the last word, they were on their deathbed and they sat up and said their spouse's name who had already gone, like Henry. Okay. Like as if they're seeing them again.
Right.
Well, they are.
Yeah, they are. They are. And it's just kind of something that interests me. What is you guys know I have those letters to my families and my friends about, my last thoughts that I want to share with them before I go.
I just want you to know that if I show up and there's not one for me.
I know. I'm like, do I have a letter?
How do you know that everybody's going to have one? How do you know that everyone is going to show up?
Oh, man.
Can't wait. All of these years I've been waiting to read my letter. You better go home and write a letter for me. There isn't one, is there?
Okay.
Yes, there is.
And what if
she's a liar?
I have to keep adding on to my.
Okay, wait a minute. What about the lady who comes just because she saw the obituary in the paper?
So you should have one to a random stranger.
Here, stranger, is a letter to you.
Yeah.
I hope I have a good enough obituary where people want to come and say, I want to see that woman.
Will be.
Haven't you written it yet?
Shocking.
You guys better get together and do that.
Oh, we will.
For people who haven't listened, I did attend a funeral of someone's that I didn't know, a stranger.
That's called a stranger.
I just saw her obituary, and I'm like, she's a remarkable, fun, kindred spirit, I felt. So, I don't know. I went and enjoyed my...
You enjoyed yourself at her funeral. That's what you were going to say.
Anyway.
Well, it makes sense. It was a delightful obituary. I'm sure it was a lovely funeral.
It was. And
good funerals are awesome.
Well, they are.
And I got to my car I dragged my son along with me, but we were sitting in the car at the very end because we didn't want to have to explain why we were there to the family. And so, but while we were sitting there ready to leave, her coffin came out with bagpipes playing next to him, playing When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. And I'm like, I just sat there with tears in my eyes because I knew that we were kindred spirits. That's the song I want to have played at mine.
Are you Irish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of.
Don't act like that's a strange question.
Kennedy, Kelleher. We got lots of county court going.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, so I just thought it was interesting, I saw an article about different people that we know, some famous people, and what the last words that came out of their mouth
And
were.
what were they? Give me one of them. People that we know.
Steve Jobs
Okay.
was, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow.
That's the last thing that he said?
Yeah, obviously he probably saw heaven.
Or he couldn't believe he was dying. Dang it.
Who are the witnesses?
Their family. It was his sister who actually...
James Brown with an accent. What's his last words? Let's hear it.
Please don't do the accent.
James
Just say
Brown.
it.
You're passing him.
No, it's right here.
I like the... Did you read these?
Brown.
It's right here.
No.
Right here.
Right here. The picture doesn't go with the word. Okay?
I'm
James
like, who
Brown.
the hell is this white man?
Okay.
James Brown said, who the hell is this white man?
He goes,
She's got a picture of like a Michael Douglas here, and she's gonna say it's James Brown.
No, wait, stop. I don't care what James Brown said. I want it to be James Brown said, who the hell is this white man?
Right. In the accent. With the accent, Karen.
Oh, my God.
We'll take a break and regroup. And then we'll find out what James Brown said on his deathbed. For real.
I know what he said.
Victoria's Restaurante and Wine Bar in downtown Rochester. The kind of place that you want to go when you have just celebrated a major accomplishment in your life, like driving into town.
Yes.
That's where we're going.
So we are going to Victoria's for lunch.
That's right.
Proof positive. And how many people are joining us at this point? This is when we have to decide where we're going, and then the tweeting starts going out. Who's going to join us? And pretty soon, I show up thinking, a table for 5, 10, and there's like all of a sudden there's 10 people there.
Yeah.
yes.
Luckily, Victoria's can handle that because they've got so much space. They've got their nice little quiet tables. We never are there.
No.
There's the large. You can even get a room. Sometimes they put us in our own room.
They try to put us away from everything.
They have 3 private dining rooms that you can rent if you need them. But yeah, Victoria's. I'm going to get minestrone because I feel like a big bowl of soup, and I love their
It is a soup
minestrone.
day.
Mm-hmm. We're actually going to use them on election night to cater our little shindig.
Is JJ okay with that?
Yeah, JJ is fine with it.
Wonderful.
Well.
Victoria's Restaurante and Wine Bar. They got you covered from election night to friend celebration. Stop and, come. I don't know how big of a table we'll have, but stop and have some Victoria's lunch today.
Yes.
KROC AM. News Talk 1340. KROC. This is Broad Talk. Joy, Karen, and Burton are all here. And now we will find out, dramatically read by Karen Kennedy,
With
what
accents.
did James Brown say on his deathbed?
Says, I'm going away tonight.
I'm going away tonight.
Yep.
All right. I like the other version, the mistaken version. Who the hell is this white man? That is so funny. All right, what are some of the other... see, the problem I have with this, Karen, is who is reporting these? The ones where you say the doctor's reporting them, I trust a lot more than some kids, the children, the spouse that are grieving. They say, here's what the last words. When your true last words might not be so flattering, they say, here's one of the last things that they said.
Hey.
This was in the last
Hey,
moments.
isn't that what you want? I always want to know.
So what are you going to say? What's your last words?
My mom, we were talking about this. She goes,
It's gonna be Gaga.
My last words are,
Okay.
my last words are, here I come. Those are my mom's last words.
Okay, is that like, here I come up?
Yeah.
Or here I come down?
No, my mom is going up.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is an angel on earth.
Here I come, God.
But here is, okay, so
Get out the way.
Get
Out the way.
She wants a New Orleans band to play at her funeral, I just found out. And pink and white balloons to let off into the sky.
Oh, darn it. What's that called? Oh, a Mummers Parade.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Why do
She
we
wants
end up
dance.
talking about these kind of things with Karen?
That's awesome. I like it.
Because I'm not, anyway. So Bob Hope, his wife said, on his deathbed, she says, where would you like to be buried? And his last words were, surprise me. It's
That
from his
sounds
wife.
like Bob Hope.
Surprise me.
Doesn't really matter.
H.G. Wells said, go away, I'm all right. He didn't realize he was dying.
Oh, that's funny.
And bam.
Or maybe the angels were there, and he's like, "Get out of the way! I'm not ready yet. I'm not going."
Yep.
Could
And
be.
Jack Daniel, the inventor of
Jack Daniels.
that distillery, he said, one last drink, please. That's from an article.
That's from a PR person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a PR person.
Sigmund Freud. He said, "This is absurd. This is absurd."
Oh, funny.
What about Nostradamus? Can you guess what he said?
No.
Tomorrow I shall no longer be here.
Oh, funny.
Wow.
This whole topic reminds me of that crazy joke about when I die, I want to go peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather, not like the other people in the car. Screaming or something. And every time I hear that joke or whenever something, because that is one of those jokes that hit me at a formative age that I thought, that is a terrible thing to joke about, but that is really funny. So,
Oh my
For
god.
our wicked sense of humor.
and I do have a wicked sense of humor.
You are. You crack me up.
Hey, if I can't remember if I told this or not, but when our niece was killed in a motorcycle accident, and we went up to her memorial service, she was into motorcycles and everything, so like we were so it was Harley people
All those
there and everything.
motorcycle
it was like
friends were
crazy.
there.
But when the prayer was said and all that, all of a sudden over the speakers come My Brown-Eyed Girl, like blasting, and her sisters got up and started dancing, and then my kids were all up there, my adult children were up there dancing, and people, and I'm like, wow, what a great way to just close it off. Usually, you have the prayer and you're crying and sad, but it was, a good way to be thinking about Tracy, our brown-eyed girl, and just
Celebrate her life.
dancing and celebrate. Yeah, it was. I've never been to a memorial service where people got up and danced. And I said, Cliff, take notes. Because how fun is that, to not be sad?
Brown-Eyed Girl. What
Brown-Eyed
song would you
Girl.
want? You'd probably want this song that I play for you. It always makes you happy when I play that song.
That would be tough. I'll have to really think of that through. But yeah, I definitely thought it was amazing.
That is.
Yeah.
Well,
What else do you have?
Well, David, let's see, Henry David Thoreau, his pastor, I guess, said, you need to make peace because you don't have long to live. And he goes, I did not know that we had ever quarreled with God.
Oh,
so
funny.
I thought that's interesting.
Wow.
He was he was already at peace.
There's a difference, though, for being on your deathbed and having that time to consider, I think this might be the end. Whether it's days or months or even a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I always think that's the bad thing about a tragic accident, that tragically and severely yanked out of their life. That's just a terrible way to die.
Right.
Yeah.
You should have that opportunity to kind of. It always reminds me of Ghost, where somebody gets killed and they're standing there. They don't know that the character doesn't know that they're dead.
That's going to be Karen.
And then the shadows start coming for them, and that always makes me sad.
Please grab the Long Island medium and tell her to guide me to the light. If I don't find it,
I'm going to get a medium because I'm going to say, find the letter that she wrote for me. She said she wrote a letter for everybody, and I want the letter she wrote for me.
With your name on it.
But now, during the commercial break, I think we were trying to clear this up. So you have you written a letter for each of your family members, and then the rest of us all get the same letter? Is that what's happening?
You know what?
Make something up quick.
There you go. Actually, I don't have.
Sure.
I got to be honest. I don't have friend
I told you she
letters
was lying.
because
See?
I've been blessed with some. Maybe I need to write a letter to all my friends and put a line in there for each of them because you guys mean so much to me. I want you to know that right now.
We know, Karen.
You've got the show notes for it. You've got your book of quotes. You could start making your
Tears are welling up. Stop this conversation right now.
No, I'm just saying that, I don't know. And if you haven't picked who's going to speak at your service, I'd like to I would love to do that.
You are on.
We could do a show We just do a broad talk show.
There
up
we go.
there. Well, like, you leave us the script.
Okay.
And we'll just say, here's everything that Karen wanted you all to know. So pass the Carol's corn and sit back. You're going to be here a while.
Yes. And then at one point, grab pinkies with your neighbor and sway back and forth to Sweet Caroline by Neil
Why do we have to
Diamond.
grab pinkies? Just when, oh, hey, he was on the Today Show the other day. He sounds really good still.
He does.
But he looks like a Saturday Night Live character.
He does.
He does look a little interesting, but he sounded so good.
But I'd rather have Britney
And he did
singing.
sing Sweet Caroline, so.
So that's my...
You're on Britney.
Why
just saying.
pinkies? Why? Pinkies?
No, you just sway back
But
and
why
forth.
do we have to
It's like a
hold pinkies?
kumbaya moment.
But
What's
pinkies?
wrong with that?
Why? I don't know. Maybe
I've
some
never
people
heard
don't
of
wanna
grabbing
touch.
pinkies.
I'm going to make sure who the hell I sit next to.
I know.
It's
I
not
kind
gonna
of-
be
I mean, I
grabbing
wanna be
pinkies
holding
with just
something.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then people's
Well,
arms
Miss
are up in the
Germaphobe
air.
here,
What if
I
they
can't
didn't
believe
wear
she'd even want
deodorant?
us to
I
do
don't
that.
know.
Why would
If
you
they
want us to
didn't-
do that, Miss Germaphobe?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like such a good idea anymore. It doesn't.
Like many things.
Oh,
Once you
such a
say it
great
out
topic.
loud and start talking about it, all of a sudden it doesn't make as much sense.
Nope.
Let's plan Karen's funeral. Great.
And we only have 45 seconds left, and we have so much yet to decide.
know.
What are we going to serve? Do you want me to make dead spread sandwiches?
There you go.
Heck
Yes,
yes.
definitely.
Funeral
Or
potatoes,
pie? What do you need?
custard pie,
Ooh.
Carol's corn. I would like little bags as they walk into the chapel.
And is there anything that you want to
Angie.
send home with people? I mean, like, do you have a paperweight collection or anything
Right.
that you're going to divvy
Goodie
up
bags
amongst
for the way
friends?
out because you're giving Carol's corn on the way in.
I will be blowing kisses. You
Little
will
bags.
feel
Oh,
you
we'll
will feel
catch it.
little pecks on your cheek.
Giant confetti drop.
It'll be the butterflies trying to
Little
get it.
red lips dropping.
Thanks for being here, ladies. Joy, congratulations on your triumphant
Thank you so
drive.
Let's
much.
go celebrate. Woo!
It's 52 degrees and at 11 o'clock, KROC AM Rochester.